Hey guys, this is Carl from Zephyr Wargames, and today I'm bringing you my Infernoid anti-meta deck. I say anti-meta deck because I've built it in a way to combat the current meta. It's not its usual go second mill OTK control deck. It is anti-meta control. It's a little bit slower. It's easier on the resources. It's very control based, but in a very different way to what it usually would have been. I do have my personal favourite of the going second build available, which can be done if you guys want to see it, but for now I'm just bringing you this anti-meta go first or go home. Okay, so to start you off, no big surprises. 2 Anonku and 2 Deviati. It's your boss monsters, it's your negates and your void feast combo. It's your costly summon, but it's your win more. Next is 2 Sightsmiths. Probably the best mid-level. I personally do love a Tondel, but Sightsmiths has a lot more control and it just brings more to the game in the long run. Next is 1 Sigiet or Sigieti. Yeah, he's rubbish. You just play him because of the level. Void Feast, you guys know this by now. 3 Decatron because he is absolutely brilliant. And one of the most recent changes, which is working really well for me, is playing 1 Harmodec and 1 Petrulia. They are your pop-in, they are your banish 1 cost to summon, but I feel that it's very niche moments when you send these for Decatron where they actually perform a lot because you're not going up to the level 8 and you can carry on summoning and then link off and then bring the big ones back. They're very good cards, but you could never really run them at 3s anymore. At 2s maybe, but for deck space in the going first version of the deck, it's not really going to be able to fit in at 2s. That's it for the Infernoid monsters. Next is my go first or go home card. 3 Lilith. Fantastic card, obviously. We love the tribute engine in Infernoids naturally. Going first in this meta with this card is really useful. I mean, you don't necessarily always tribute off through her effect to get the search on your turn. You do it in your opponent's turn if you've got Lair and if you've opened up a decent hand to secure yourself a field. Otherwise you probably will end up tributing off just to get that search and maybe, well, not the search, the set, and just go from there on. Next is 3 Arima. He's brilliant. Come on, tribute a monster, draw 1. He's a terraforming. You can't not play 3 of him. To play less of him and more terraforming, in my opinion, is quite silly. Like, it don't make much sense to me. Next is 3 Lair of Darkness. If you're playing 3 Arima and you're playing Lair, you've got to play at 3, especially considering you open this first. It's going to give you so much more resources, especially with Lilith to tribute their monster. Next is the other spells and traps. Back to Infernoid spells. 3 Vanishment. Brilliant card. Come on. Search engine. Searches you some of the most busted cards in the game, in my opinion. And 2 Imagination. It's really good. I mean, when people have put me in situations where I've been U-linked, Infernoids do have a way out of these, like, links. Like, even if it's not U-linked, maybe I'm being over-exaggerating here. But people would make these incredible boards, put me down to 2 or 3 cards, maybe even 1. Depending on my draw, if it's 1 card, I can, you know, bait out whatever they have. But this clears boards on its own. Like, I remember in Spiral format, and they would go out with this amazing board, and it'd just be bait 2 cards, and then activate Void Imagination, and basically just go for game at that point. The card is amazing. Considering I'm going first, I'm not going to play it at 3 because I don't want to open it in multiples. Next is 2 Call by the Grave, because Infernoids do get disgustingly damaged by Ash. Yeah, good luck belling me. The amount of people that have tried to bell, it's like, no, please, it's inherent, don't do this. Just because I really want to see Lair of Darkness, I am playing Terraforming. Quite testy at the moment with this. It might not stay in the main. Next, because it came off the ban list, Card Destruction. Say no more. Say no more. To be honest, you don't even need to be a deck that focuses in the grave to find a reason to run Card Destruction, seeing your resources sooner. I mean, yeah, you're wasting resources, but it depends how your deck works. Next is the Trap Guards. Part of the reason why it is so anti-meta at the moment with Lilith is you obviously can search Void Feast. Fantastic card. Don't mind opening up 2 or even 3 if you search it with Lilith, because you just chain them off each other and you go Mega Plus. But obviously you can only really resolve, I guess, depending, you could possibly resolve 3 of them, but most of the time out of push you resolve 2, and at that point it is scoop the game up, pick it up, pick your deck, go home. It's a brilliant card. Next in the main is Mind Crush. So this was good last format, and I feel that it is still pretty decent. Obviously it does hardly anything to decks like Altergeist, but to Sky Strikers it hurts them, to Finder Dragons it can hurt them, to the FTK it can hurt them. It's an all-round good card, and in the Rogue I feel like it can do a massive amount of damage. And my last card in the main deck is 3 Trap Check. As I said with the Lilith, getting to the Void Feast is very important. Trap Check does it also. Getting, and like, if you open up a handful of traps, then including 1 Trap Check, at least you can search another trap to, you know, keep it safe for at least 1 turn until you unbrick. It's also really good going into game 2, and say you lost game 1 and you go in game 2 and you choose to go first. Obviously, you can build your side deck with such cards as Magic Deflector, Heavy Storm Duster, Battle of the Elements, and Barrier, which I've got here somewhere, I believe. Yes, here it is. And Barrier, so these plays going into game 2 will be amazing. It's part of the reason I find running the engine even possible, just because you can have natural outs, especially in game 2. That's it for the main deck. I believe that's 40 cards exactly. I don't think I went over. Onto the extra deck, it's my pretty generic 1 Tierra for that amazing play where you just destroy everything, and to go along with it, the 3 gotta drop the bass, gotta drop the beat. It's an amazing card, and it support, you see it in ritual decks, but the first deck to really play it was, it was Infernoids. Then you've got 1 Omega. Sorry about the lack of sleeves, guys. I've been working a lot on other decks recently. 1 Omega for the pretty same reason. I mean, send it to the grave, activate, recycle, or make it if you really have to, but I never really find myself making it anymore. 1 Link Karibo for when they negate your Decatron and you're just like, okay, fine, I'll make a resource out of it. Link Spider for the tokens of Lair, and then you got Phoenix, Chimera, Apprentice, and then Unicorn. Amazing card. It just has, it's so ridiculous. I think it's worth its current price. It is a brilliant card. Topologic Trisbania, just to get you around those Altergeist. Bowl Load for the situations where they got a kill more monster and you just take it. Topologic Bomber, sure, you make a lot of link monsters, I make Bomber. And finally, Bowl Sword, because why not OTK in a deck that can OTK anyway, just, you know, overkill. That's it for my Infernoid deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. please remember to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, like, well there you go, thumbs up really, and comment. If you'd like to see the going second build, the more generic Infernoid build that I've been playing for pretty much years now and altering weekly, then just leave it in the comments. I'd like to see how many people would be interested in that anyway. And until next time guys, happy dueling.
What's up YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button, and of course don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings and many more Yu-Gi-Oh videos coming up for you all year round, so don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always guys, happy dueling.